Anyway, you been good?
Yeah, man. Yeah. I didn't go to the conference, but I was physically in Miami. So
It was a good conference. I preferred it from last year. I said to you before we started. It was smaller.
Yeah.
Which was better. And look, if I could get 25,000 people to a conference, I would get 25,000 people to a conference. But they still got 12,000-ish there. I thought the quality of speakers was higher than last year. I thought all the kind of side events were a little bit cooler. They're a little bit more dive bar-y, not so flashy.
I threw a pickleball event.
What the fuck was my invite?
I didn't know you were a player. Do you play?
No, I don't.
Well, then.
I don't even know what pickleball is.
It's like tennis for less athletic people.
That's that fastest growing sport thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We jump on board.
Who won?
We didn't do a tournament. We just played.
Participation trophies.
Yeah, exactly. like that one right there.
That's not a fucking participation trophy, dude. We won the double.
That one's real. Oh, there was a cup as well?
Yeah, we won the league and the cup.
Did you guys compete in the FA Cup? Can you get into it from down there?
So we've applied now. For the division we're in, we can get into it. So we've applied. You have to be accepted, but we think we'll be in it this year.
Because non-league teams can.
Yeah.
You could, in theory, win the FA Cup.
We can, in theory, win the FA Cup next season. It's a non-zero chance.
Yeah.
There's a lot of zeros after the decimal for that non-zero chance. So what you always want to do is, if you're a non-league team, your goal is to get to the first round. Because what happens is the non-league teams all play each other first.
Yeah.
For like 5-6 rounds. And then, there's lots of tiered. So say step one's the first non-league division, and then you get step 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, 5, 4, 3, I think, play a couple of rounds, and then they bring in 2 and 1.
Yeah.
And if you get to the first round proper, then it's the teams from the League 1 and 2, and Championship,
and maybe Conference.
Championship. I think it's Championship as well.
Well,
and then the third round they bring in the Premier League. So the big goal for any long league team is, can we get to the third round? Because you might get Man United,
and you get TV money, right?
You get TV.
You might play at Old Trafford, then you split the gate.
You get half the gate. Doesn't matter how many you bring. And so a lot of the teams, when they do it, they always will take Old Trafford and split. And also, it's a chance for the players to one-off game at Old Trafford.
Yeah.
But sometimes teams are like, nah, screw this, come to our place. So you'll see this like tiny little place that holds 3,000 people, and Man United are turning up.
Right.
But just to be in the FA Cup itself is brilliant.
That's sick.
Yeah, we have an FA Cup game, and I would expect the team we're going to put together, I'd expect us to possibly win our first couple of rounds. Our goal is to try and get a team in step 2 or step 3.
So what's it gonna cost you, do you think, to get into League 2? Like to get into the football league?
That's a good question. So,
because it's been done before. Like people have incubated non-league teams and got them all the way up.
Salford did it. The Reborn Wimbledon did it. Dorking had one below it, I think. So if I had to estimate, if you said, give me a number now, I'll sort you out, I think it'd be about 10 million. But it could be less. So, for example, this year, over the summer, we've got to spend about 230,000 on our ground. We've got to put in two new stands, new perimeter fence. And we've got to do all these things because every league level is graded. And so, if you don't hit the grading, they won't allow you to go up. The following year, we need a new clubhouse because our dressing rooms aren't big enough. That's going to be another 250. Then we might be all right for a year.
But as you keep moving up, the infrastructure costs go up.
The infrastructure costs go up, and then you won't be able to play league football on ground. We will. So we're spending all this money while at the same time looking for another site and looking to build on that. But
because your drainage isn't up to spec or something,
you just can't. You can't have a 3,000-4,000 ground there. And if we're a team that get into the football league, into League 2, we're going to be ones that think we can get to 1 and perhaps Championship. Genuinely think that. And so you need somewhere that could be a 10,000 capacity at some point. And so what you really need is a site that you can build upon. But yeah, I think Wrexham's wage bill this year was probably around 2.5 million.
Wrexham was the one where some American actors bought it, right? As a reality show around that.
Yeah, they're like the cool version of us.
Are they cringe? Are they considered cringe or cool?
It's a mixture. So I've got mixed feelings. Firstly, I think it's great for Wrexham, the town of Wrexham, and the team just they've been really treated badly by previous owners. And it's part of Wales. It's a bit deprived, and for them to have all this excitement, it's amazing. I don't. When you watch the TV series, I think Rob McElhenney's okay, but
he's from It's Always Sunny, right?
yeah, he's all right.
I like him.
But Ryan Reynolds is like he's trying to be Deadpool. Like they're having a serious conversation. And it's not funny.
He's
Plus,
doing the Deadpool character.
yeah, they do they go to like 3 or 4 games, the big ones. Whereas we know, I mean, Connor helps. What's it like? We're pulling the pints and working the gate. We're literally all volunteering to make it work. So it's a similar story, but completely different. But it's great for them. It's great for Wrexham. Yeah, ultimately, I'm happy for them. But we're trying to do it without their funds. But maybe next ball run, I'll find a Bitcoin billionaire and say, "Come on."
Have you worked out how many podcast episodes you need to record to get into League Two?
That is a good question. How long have we been doing this? 6 years? 150 a year. If we did it in 10 years, that'd be 1,500 podcast episodes.
That's a lot.
It's a lot of podcast episodes. But
you're going to have to expand. It can't be Bitcoin anymore.
Well, I think the thing that's on our side is we've not raised any money yet. And we don't want to do that for the first 3 years. I think we can do the first 3 promotions without raising money. And then I think if I go out to the Bitcoin community and say, well, look, I've got us this far. Now we need to raise money. We need 10, 20 million, whatever that number is. This can be our team. We can all get involved. I think a lot of people will be interested. But
I'm committing a check to that raise.
All right.
I'm in.
We've had a few people like that. Some big lumps as well.
Mine's a small lump.
But it's probably still a big lump.
Depends on the price of Bitcoin.
Yeah, it depends on the price of Bitcoin. So if there was a Bitcoin run, that's the time to raise money.
Yeah.
But I'm not doing this to make money. I just want the team to be successful. So the equity doesn't really matter to me. I'd probably want to do what Zuckerberg did and make sure I have control of decisions. Dictator for life. But at the same time, I mean, I'm not here thinking, oh, I'm going to sell this club one day and make some money. If Bitcoin continues to grow, I will be financially fine, and our team will. And one thing is, every 4 years we get this advantage over other teams that they don't have, in that all the Bitcoiners will be interested. Well, some will, but I think when I first announced it, people didn't really get it. Some did. I think if the momentum keeps growing, people are like, oh, okay, I get this.
Do the Bitcoiners come to the games?
They do.
Yeah.
They do. So we have a meetup once a month. We usually get 50 to 100 there. And then I'd estimate at least 30 people have got on flights to come to games just for the game.
I'm still due.
You're going to come?
Next time I'm in the UK.
Yeah. Right, we're going to make that happen.
Yeah.
People listening will be like, stop fucking talking about football.
No. This is great.
I know. But it's a Bitcoin story.
Yeah. This is more interesting than my stuff, for sure.
Subjective.
Yeah.
Some people are like, it's funny. Some people hate the football stuff. They literally hate it. And they're like, this is a Bitcoin show. I don't want to listen to this shit. And also, ever since I started doing the football club, my Twitter engagement has dropped massively.
But that's just because the algorithm is very fickle, right?
But I've got 2 distinct crowds. It's like Bitcoin and football. And it's not like Bitcoin and macro or Bitcoin and, I don't know, cybersecurity.
I know.
They're like...
They're very distinct.
The Venn diagram doesn't cross very well.
Whenever I try and talk about music or cultural stuff, no engagement. They don't want to hear it. No. They want me to play the hits. I'm like Radiohead, and they want me to play Creep. And they hate playing Creep.
Yeah, it's a tricky one, but yeah. This is such an important project. And to do it first year, say what we're going to do and do it, get the trophies was great. Do it again and again and again relentlessly. It's a challenge. Funding is a challenge. We've got good sponsors, but we have to get more and continue. Anyone listening want to sponsor, let me know.
How much is it to get a logo on the sleeve?
That's gone.
That's taken.
Yeah,
I'll tell you this sleeve.
I'll tell you offline. Both sleeves are taken by one. We do well on sponsorship. In terms of sponsorship, we do as well as a mid-table National League side. But if somebody heard that, they'll be like, well, that's bullshit. Why would a Step 5 team do as well as a Step 1 team? So I think you get more awareness with us. We're the only team that streams all their games.
Well, you guys are televised, yeah.
Yeah, we're televised, so we stream all our games. we do all our interviews with the backdrops. I've got a big platform. And so, you can go and pick a mid-table National League side, but the only people who are going to be aware of you are home fans who come to the ground and some away fans who come to the ground, whereas we've got this big platform. So we do very well. That's why I think getting from where we are up until the National League is fairly doable because we have that.
Yeah.
But growing the other big challenge we've got to grow the crowd. You've got to try and double it every year. We started with 40, and we first took over those last few months, we had like 40, 50 a game. Last season it ranged, but we finished to average about 180, and we had one game of 327. But next year we need to be doing 350 a game average and a couple of big 500-600s, and it's hard finding that many people
in Bedford.
The people exist.
How many people are there in Bedford?
174,000. The people there.
Well, so what's going on?
It's getting in there. Well, what's going on? But we're not the biggest team in Bedford.
Oh, really?
So there's a team next door, Bedford Town, who have the long history. And when we, last season, we started in step 6 and they're in step 3. They're 3 divisions above us.
So you're the MK Dons to the Wimbledon here.
No, more like we're the Notts County to the Notts Forest. They thought we were a joke, dismissed us, laughed at us. We won the league last year and they came bottom of theirs. So we're now a division apart.
Oh my gosh, wow, there's going to be some good derbies.
Well, so we can draw them in.
Derby?
Derbies. There's 3 competitions, I think 3 cup competitions we can draw them in. Definitely 2. If that happens, it will be crazy.
That'll be great.
If we get promoted and they don't, we'll have 2 confirmed league games. They will be sellouts. You will get 1,500 to 2,000 at them. People will get sent off. It will be fucking wild.
It'll be like the Old Firm?
Yeah.
That's what I want to see.
The Old Firm.
The Classico, the Bedford Classico.
We'll get the Bedford Ultras out. Connor and his mate.
Get the flares.
Yeah. But it's great for the town. I mean, look, I think the people at Bedford Town are a little bit sad. They see us as a threat, and I think they're a bit sad that we're a reality and we're a threat. But it's good for the town. I mean, the town has this attention on it now.
People will defect.
They will definitely defect. I mean, we do things right, and I think people are seeing that. We're when's this coming out?
This will probably be out on about the 1st of June, 2nd.
Oh, so I can say this now. So there's a ladies team in Bedford Girls and Ladies, senior ladies team. They've got a reserve team, and then they've got 18 youth teams, girls aged 7 to 16, who twice a week turn up, 200 girls, train, and then play games on a Saturday or Sunday. It's a big unit of players. About a year ago, we approached them and said, look, we'll support you. We'll get you new kits for the ladies, for the seniors, and you can play at our ground. And then we paid expenses to the ladies. I think we're the only team who paid the ladies in our division. I can't confirm that. But it was a real support for them. And it was great. And then over this summer, we've agreed they're going to become Real Bedford Ladies.
Wow.
So we're now going to have, across the senior and the kids, over 250 girls now playing in our jerseys with a Real Bedford logo, with the skull and crossbones. And so that you've suddenly got a base there of kids, mums and dads who play for Real Bedford, who may come to our games, who get behind what we're doing. You also, the whole town is like, oh my God, they're supporting the ladies' side of football, which is great. And so that gives us a real density around what we're doing. We have a similar partnership with a youth setup called Bedford Park Rangers. We hope at some point they do the same, and we support them. So we give them money for their coaches to do their development. We also have a hardship fund because there are kids who can't play football because their mum and dad just don't have the money. And so they can use the hardship fund to get boots or pay their subs. And so the end goal is to end up having these, probably you're talking about 600-700 kids playing under the Real Bedford brand. And that is what builds your crowd. And that's what makes you sustainable. But that also, it's becoming a Real Bedford show. But this presents the next challenge. So I need to build a new ground. I need 4 training pitches. I need a gym, a rehab center. What's the other thing I need? But anyway, just say I need those. Oh, an academy. Well, the academy's part of that. But if I build all that, we have the home ground. The pitches themselves generate a couple £100,000 a year each because they get rented out, these 3G pitches. You can build an academy where you can take kids who, rather than go to university or sixth form, they come here and they get taught in this place part of the week. With the academy, how much time is education? How much time is playing football?
3 times a week you train. The rest during the day you learn about sports science, so you can take it into the real world if you don't make it.
Okay, I don't know if that would have picked up, but basically Connor was saying it's 3 days a week you train and then you're doing your regular school stuff. But these kids are therefore training all day, every day, doing what they like. You get paid for running an academy. And then if you have the gym, that makes money. So, but that's a £10 million project. Mm-hmm. I think it pays back, not well, but I think it pays back over 5, 6, 7 years. I mean, it'll pay for itself, but I've got to find that money and do that. Where do I get, by the way, where do I get 10 million, Nick?
Bitcoiners, Twitter.
Yeah.
LPs.
How do I get someone to invest in that? Do we know anyone rich who will lend me 10 million?
You have to create a pitch deck and then send it to me.
We'll get on it. But what I hope for this is, I think this is a really great Bitcoin story in that we've created this football center where hundreds of kids go and play football and they're keeping fit, they're getting outside, we're supporting deprived families, we're supporting talented players, and a whole town's, because this will become the most important thing in the town when it happens. The whole town can become focused on this, and there's a Bitcoin logo on there.
Yeah.
And it's like, that's cool. It's not us. I'm not arguing about ordinals. We're not arguing about whatever bullshit people are arguing about. Here is a community project that a bunch of Bitcoiners made happen, and look what it's done. And I
like it. It's very unique. Although we are going to argue about ordinals today.
We will.
Yeah.
But just my last closing thought is, anyone listening thinking, why are you talking about football? The same people who might not be into football probably heard about the Bitcoin Commons in Austin and Bitcoin Park in Nashville and these meet spaces that are growing up, Pubkey in New York, and people are starting their own ones. I think the idea really is like, you can start a basketball team or a minor baseball team or a local rugby team. Guys come to me and want to set up a rugby league team in Bedford, or you can sponsor a snowboarder, or it can be a gymnast who wants. I think I just gave some money to a young girl who's a swimmer. She wants to go to the Youth Olympics in Brazil. She can't afford it. It was like whatever the amount was. It was 3K. I think she was 1K short of funding. We supported her. We can support all these people. I think the lesson here is we've all financially benefited from a currency which is not inflationary. So we've all bought some and it's become worth more, and we can share that out and help other people do things. And I think that's a good thing.
Yeah, it's what Balaji calls a network state. You start in the digital world and then you go analog.
Yeah.
You build an analog presence.
Yeah. Anyway, should we talk about ordinals? Unless you've got any other questions about the football team. And
No. It's fascinating.
You can write me a 10-minute
I didn't know any of that stuff. Yeah.
I will get the pitch deck. Actually, to be honest, it's half done. Yeah,
I'll give you some feedback.
Yeah. You got any billionaire friends?
Yes.
Which, by the way, just my last pitch for this, if anyone is a billionaire who's listening, if you're a billionaire, you can go and buy Chelsea, who are like 4th in the league, and screw it up and end up 12th in the league. Or you could even buy a championship team. But the most you're going to do with a championship team is hopefully get in the Premier League. And if you do, you're never going to win it. So you can basically get up a league and finish mid-table. If you buy Chelsea, all right, you can win things, but you've got to spend a lot of money. You could buy half buy a team in the 9th tier of English football. You've got 8 promotions to enjoy. And once you're involved, you won't give a fuck that we're not a Premier League team. You'll be on for the ride. So give me a call.
I'm a Chelsea fan, so I object to that statement.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm really sorry.
It's been rough.